In this video, we're going to show you how using our online software can help you with your bookkeeping needs and manage your business more effectively. Once we issue you with your login details, you can access the software from any device with an internet connection, whether that be from a home PC or laptop, or maybe an iPad, or just from your smartphone, wherever you are. When we log into the system, we can see a dashboard that will show you the balances of your various bank accounts. It will also show you how much you owe your suppliers and how much your customers owe you. Also, if you're VAT registered, it will display what your next VAT payment will be. When we enter invoices and bank transactions, all of this information will update automatically so you can see your business position wherever you are. We have various modules on the left-hand side of the screen, and the first sections of modules is designed to help you manage your customers, quotes and sales invoices. If we log into the customers module, we will see a list of customers that we currently work with. We can see the value of business they've done with us, and we can also see any outstanding balances they have. It's very easy to create a new customer. All we do is hit the create button at the top of the screen and just add in the customer's details. Once this is done, this will create a new customer record. Within here, we can continue to enter all of their contact information, so all of this will be stored in one place. We have the ability to set up their payment terms, so do I allow my customers to pay within 28 days, 7 days, 30 days, all this can be amended directly from here. All of their invoices and quotes and statistics will all be stored in one single view. Once they've been created, if we go to the customer screen, I will now see all of my customers listed here. If I click into a customer record, we also have the ability to generate statements, so these can be printed or emailed directly from the software. We can also download the customer's purchase history so we can see exactly what they've purchased from us. There's also a quick link to create a quote and to create a sales invoice to make it really simple. We also have a quotes module on the left hand side of the screen, and if we click into here, we can see all of the quotes that are currently either outstanding, we've lost, or that have been won. To create a new quote, we just hit the create button at the top of the screen. It will bring through the quote number. We can then continue to put in a quote reference and choose the customer who it's for. If it's a new customer, just hit the plus sign and add in the details and it will create a new customer record. We can then customize the categories that we want. We're just going to set this as a draft quote for today, and then I just add information onto this. I have various sales elements. I have my labor and I also have my materials. I can then continue to type information onto the quote. We can then either put in the net rate, and if you're not VAT registered, just put in the full value that you're going to charge, or you can just put in the total figure and it will calculate the net rate for you. You can type in as much information as you want into these quotes, and once you're happy with it, just press the save button on the top right hand side of the screen. That quote has now been saved, and if we go to the quote screen, we can see that quote has been saved into the system. We can drill through to the customer record, and from here we can see that outstanding quote is now listed within their customer screen. If the client decides to go ahead with that, we can just click into the quote and there's a button at the top which says convert to a sales invoice. Just convert to an invoice and it will copy all of that information onto the next invoice, and that will bring us through to our invoice list on the left hand side of the screen. We can now see all of the invoices that we've raised, and we can see whether they're overdue, if they've been paid, or if they're currently sitting as unpaid. To click into an invoice, I can just click into that and we can see it's copied across from the quote, and I have the ability to just print this off, or I could just email it directly through to the customer. It will bring up their email address and just attach that invoice as a simple PDF, where you can customize these by entering your own company logo and any other text and anything else you would like to appear on your invoice. If you'd like to accept online payments, we have the ability to add in a pay online button to the invoice. If your client receives this, they can just drill into that payment screen and then they can make a direct payment against the invoice and you'll receive a notification. Alternatively, if you have this invoice open on your phone or your iPad or anywhere else, you will have the option just to accept a card payment directly through the software if needed, and that will put the payment directly into the bank. The next set is our suppliers and purchases. So we can also keep track of all the suppliers and anyone we may do business with. And again, it will list how much we've paid our suppliers and also any outstanding balances listed. If we go and have a look at Wix and look under purchases, I can see that on the 15th of May I made a purchase of materials for £400 and that is still listed as unpaid. We can again generate statements and we can create new purchase invoices directly from the supplier screens. So all I need to do is enter the date, enter any references, and we can just add information onto the purchase invoice itself. And again, we can just key in a value, and when we're happy with the details, again we can choose if a VAT element needs to be assigned to that. Just hit save, and that purchase invoice has now been saved in the system. And if we look at all of our purchase invoices, again, we can see if we've paid them, if they're unpaid, or if they're currently sat as overdue with our suppliers. So all of this information gets tracked live. So when we log into the system and revert back to the dashboard, we can now see our overdue invoices and purchases, and we can see how much, again, is owed to us by our customers and how much we owe our suppliers. And we can see my quote summary has also updated on the right hand side, so we can see what I've won, what's in draft negotiation, etc. So all that information will just store live within the system. If we go through to the bank module, we also give the ability to manage all of your bank accounts from here directly. We can add transactions manually into here just by clicking the View and Add button, and we can see all of the transactions from my bank statement listed in here. To add in new transactions, all you need to do is just go and choose the relevant code. So we can just say water rates. I can type in water, whether it's money coming in or out, and also you can choose the VAT rate that needs to be assigned to that. And if we hit the plus icon, that's now updated my closing balance for my bank account and recorded that at the relevant place within the bookkeeping system. To speed up this process, you can link our software to your online banking. If we do that, all we need to do is just click the Import Transaction button, and all we do is select the date range of the transactions we'd like to import. Once we've done that, we just hit Retrieve Transactions. That will link up to our online bank and pull through the relevant bank statement for that period. We can set up auto-matching rules within the software to automatically assign those to the relevant place within the bookkeeping system. So every time it sees a key word on the bank statement, it's going to post it against the relevant codes. So we can see our rent is matched to rent and our bank interest is matched to our bank interest received. We can also see if payments come in, we do have a matching button we can click on, and then we can choose the relevant invoices that payment is going to pay off. We can change the values on here as well, so we can do part payments and overpayments against specific invoices. Once you're happy, everything has been matched, you can just click the Import Now button at the top of the screen, and all of those transactions will automatically post into our bank account. We can then go change the dates that we want to view, and then hit the Go button, and we can now see I've replicated my bank statement within the bookkeeping software, which means it will speed up any bank reconciliations needed. So let alone will it keep track of all of your banking, all of your sales and purchase invoices, it will also give you a number of reports so you can see exactly how your business is performing. We have just some general reports like your aged debtors, maybe your balance sheet, trial balance, and we have a number of income and expenditure reports. If we click into favourite reports, you can just put a star next to all the reports you run on a regular basis, and to run the reports you just click on them, choose the start date and an end date you want to run. So I'm just going to run my P&L from the start of April 2014, run the report, and we can now see my turnover, less my cost of sales, less my expenses, and I can see my net profit for that period. These reports can be downloaded and printed, and you can also just drill into the various areas within here, and it'll take you down to a list of transactions that make up those values. We can also track our income and expenditure, so if I want to know where my money's going to, I can just click expenditure by purchase code, and it's going to give me a breakdown of where my money's going, so I can see all of mine have gone to materials purchased. You can click into that and it'll give you a list of transactions assigned to that code. If we want to look at income, again, I can have a look at income by customer or by sales code, and I can see a full breakdown between my labour and materials, and I can just drill into these reports and it'll show me the actual invoice information as well. So, our software is a really simple, easy tool to help you manage your finances and your bookkeeping and have a full overview of your business all in one place.